Toll-free number to join us on this Sunday edition is 888-201-2244, 888-201-2244. You know, I'm very threatened by the New World Order. I understand this global corporate government is sworn to enslave me and my family, to set up a high-tech police state grid that they also own, so they profit from it. And we have this Memorial Day, which is supposedly about our troops and about America, when we have a government, no matter who's in office, that is run and designed to destroy and overturn everything that made this country great, everything that's good. And I'm so sick of the criminal offshore interests that wrap themselves in the American flag and then tell me what's patriotic. And CNN and MSNBC with all these television shows demonizing conservatives and libertarians and gun owners. They've got a big special with Chris Matthews coming out, The Rise of the Right Wing, featuring myself and Rand Paul, and demonizing us and you know, twisting and deceiving about what we really say and what we stand for. It's very frustrating to have hundreds of UN documents, hundreds of statements every year now by world leaders about world government, how it's going to run, how it's designed to take over your life, how it's designed to set up a global one-child policy and take private property from the commoner. It's basically slavery, high-tech slavery. And then to know that for all these years, there's been political distractions, political diversions, mainline conservative talk show host making jokes about world government and jokes about New World Order, and they still do it. They still do it as globalization and NAFTA and GATT and all of this has destroyed our country, its industrial base, its societal base. All that protects us is our Bill of Rights and Constitution. It's now being openly destroyed. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. And then I see the treason. I see Geithner in China saying, America is done. Our private and public debts are too high. We're not going to be able to be a trading partner for you soon, or a place for you to basically even buy your bonds from. And you're going to have to start trading with Europe and yourself. I mean, you know, mission accomplished by the globalists to wreck this country. Remember, they told you you wouldn't have factory jobs anymore. You'd have service jobs. But then you can't get those because the illegal aliens will live 10 to a house and are supplemented by welfare and don't pay taxes. And they've done the breakdown of that, how the illegal aliens are doing better than most Americans. And do you blame them? Globalization, NAFTA and GATT destroyed Mexico. What are they supposed to do? I don't even dislike them individually. It's that it's part of the globalist operation, part of collapsing this country. This is without even looking today for outrageous treason, okay? In the Gulf of Mexico and on lakes bordering Texas and Mexico, Mexican troops are robbing people. I have the sheriffs on the show. This is old news for our audience. Mexican troops will come 3, 4, 5, 6 miles in. They will rob cars. They will rob police. Mexican troops, I've had the sheriffs on. They will kill people. And what does our government do? Sticks its tail between its legs. Obama puts 1,200 troops down there to, quote, involve in drug interdiction. They can't have loaded weapons. And they're not allowed to stop illegals. Look at this. Pirates threaten boats off U.S.-Mexico border lake. The waters off Falcon Lake normally beckon boaters with water skiing and world-class bass fishing. But this holiday weekend, fishermen on the waters that straddle the U.S.-Mexico border are on the lookout for something more sinister, pirates. Well, why don't people start carrying guns in their boats? Oh, because the cops will come after you, even though it's not the law for them to take your guns. It's time for Americans to have red blood again. I got a gun right here in the studio, folks. You know, I own my own studio, my own situation. I got a gun right here. I got a gun in my car, folks. You come over and pull a gun on me, you're dead. You better be ready to use it. I'm red-blooded. I haven't been castrated. You come around with a gun, I'm going to kill you. It's real simple. You know, we got a lady coming on the show. I've seen countless news reports where they don't tell the elementary students it's a drill, and they turn the lights off, and they come in and put guns to their heads, and then they tell them, we're the pro-Second Amendment group, or we're the homeschooling group. The cops tell them this to demonize the Second Amendment. That's in the federal grants. That's in the Associated Press. I've got a mother coming in here it's Tuesday, from Lakeway. And same thing, she has the documents. They told her under an emergency, under a red level, we're going to take your kids to a FEMA center. This is in Austin. And I went and pulled it up. Remember 5 years ago, they announced during a red alert in the Washington Post, the government will take your kids. And she noticed her daughter was coming home and wouldn't talk to her and said she had to have permission and that she wasn't, and that basically she couldn't trust her mom anymore. And then I mentioned to the lady, because it was at a birthday party for my daughter, she's friends with my wife, didn't even really know who I was or listen to the show. That's what's scary. Knows my wife separately, doesn't know who I am, and she goes, oh, yeah. What, were they telling you not to take a hot bath or a shower or to run the sink when you're brushing your teeth? And I said, yeah, that's the New York Times, but they reported it like it was good. She said, no, that's what the kids do now. And the mother next to her goes, oh, yeah, I had to take my daughter out of public school because every time she saw a bulldozer or development, she'd start crying because they show them videos of basically dying rabbits and animals saying they're murdering animals when they build something. And they do that to traumatize your kids in mind control. Folks, they have you. They have the country. They're brainwashing your children right now everywhere. It's in the New York Times. They have the kids write tickets to their parents. They come home and write dossiers up on their parents, false tickets. England's now got the kids writing real tickets. They're called climate cops. Nothing to do with the environment. This is just their excuse to get control. Listen to this. Pirates threaten boats off U.S.-Mexico border lake. The waters of Falcon Lake normally beckon boaters with water skiing and bass tournament. But he goes on. But the holiday weekend, fishermen on the waters that straddle the U.S.-Mexico border are on the lookout for someone more sinister, pirates. Twice in recent weeks, fishermen have been robbed at gunpoint by marauders that the local sheriffs say are spillover from fighting between rival Mexican drug gangs. I mean, it's not that I have courage, folks. It's that if somebody pulled a gun on me, I wouldn't even care if it got me killed. I'm going to open fire on them. I mean, I just can't. I'm just red-blooded. I mean, what happened to this country? And it continues. Look at this. California college offers scholarship to illegal immigrants. Now, they're making a big deal out of this. I mean, in Texas, the illegal aliens get more tuition than Texans. They get more tuition than people from outside Texas who are U.S. citizens. They get better than in-state tuition. That was like that AP article a few years ago where the big banks said they give illegals housing loans with no credit, and citizens don't because, quote, we know it's tough for them in the country. No, the globalists want to bring in foreigners. They want the incentives to use them as a political force. It's very elementary. A public community college in California has been set up a scholarship fund for immigrant students, including illegal immigrants. The $2,500 scholarship has sparked anger by some, including at least one lawmaker who threatened to cut off federal funding to the school. A public community college in California has set up a scholarship fund for immigrant students, including illegal immigrants, $2,500 apiece. And it goes on to say that in-state kids don't even get this. If you're an illegal alien, $2,500 because you are going to help bring down America. You're going to vote to take the guns out of these people's hands. You're going to vote to take the property. You're going to vote to set up an El Jefe system like Mexico where 99% are slaves. Come on in. We want to make everybody poor. We want you to drive down the wages. We don't want Mexico to be free. We want U.S. to be a steam valve for Mexican tyranny and crime. Here's another one. Administration opposes Arizona law that penalizes hiring of illegal immigrants. Now, there's federal laws on hiring illegals, but the feds won't enforce them. And so Arizona, last year, passed a separate law saying we will prosecute people that hire illegals, and the feds are in the Supreme Court trying to block it because the feds are a criminal outside group of offshore corporations. You understand? Our government has been seized. You understand that? On Memorial Day, folks, on this Memorial Weekend, you understand America's already gone. It's already in the world government. Just like they've got a euro, we're in the SPP. Wake up, okay?